Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, that's usually what the countdown is.
Sweet.
Indeed. All right. Welcome to episode 58. This is TheBearNet, and we will be bringing you Shadow Cats and Arctic Cheetahs tonight. Hopefully, we can have a good time here and show some new builds or experiment, do some science.
Science!
All right.
Tonight is Bombadil, aka Darren.
That's right. Special guest.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah.
Wait, now we're introducing guests before ourselves. Man,
Hey,
Yes!
just
man.
whatever goes, you
We
know.
gotta
It's
derail
whatever at
this
this
show as
point.
far as possible. There's so
Right.
much stuff going wrong.
Break
This is what happens when you let Hikage take a moment.
Hey,
Break
now.
up the order. Chaos reigns.
I'm Alex or Greg. Yeah, I did it.
That's right.
I'm Hikage. What you
I'm Ghost or Jeremy.
I guess I'll chime in. I'm Sans or Tyler.
Wow, what a downer.
I was gonna be petulant and not say it, but I collapsed to peer pressure.
Can I just say that like sometimes when Sans speaks, just the Plinko fail noise just goes through my head, like bum bum
Right.
bum bum. Especially in that tone, like the Sans. I'm Eeyore. I don't have a tail. They gotta pin it on me.
I am not that much of a downer. Come on, be fair.
There's that new, because I have a daughter, that new, I don't know if it's Pixar or who does it, kids movie about feelings or whatever. And there's
Oh,
one
I think
about
that's a Pixar movie.
sad.
Yeah.
Yes, he's sad.
I was half tempted to. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna admit one of those things that like people don't admit, but everyone does it. I love Pixar movies because everybody does, and like half
Pixar
the
movies
time,
are amazing, dude.
Yeah, half the time like it's like adult humor in there too. But I totally wanted to see it just because like Amy Poehler's the lead character, and I think she's hilarious.
It was entertaining. Yeah, I mean, Pixar is genius at putting adult content in their kids' movies. It's brilliant.
It's great writing.
It really is. I think my favorite is Wall-E because it is essentially like a creation myth told as a Pixar movie. It's really, if you're paying attention, it's like, holy shit, this is like Isis and Osiris being played out in a Pixar movie. That's kind of cool. But
I also enjoy how it's not very dialogue driven.
yeah,
It's really
it's
hard
all
to
visual.
do that.
Well, yeah, because you figure, besides Wall-E making some noises for like the first hour, like there's like he watched a couple videos, about like the people leaving, like for some background, but it's just like him rolling around doing trash shit. Like that's literally, it's like a garbage man. You literally watched a garbage man perform his job for the first hour,
And it was awesome.
Oh,
You
yeah.
loved every minute of it.
But yes. So I like how we spent the first 15 minutes of BearNet talking about
Neck Warrior.
Your sponsors, Pixar.
Apparently.
For those of you who are watching the stream, you'll notice up in the top right-hand corner now, welcome to the EMWO European servers. That's a thing. It's live. It's here.
I get a lag shield.
I also get to have a segue now. For those of you in the Oceanic Pacific,
August
island
4th.
land, August 4th, you guys will be getting your servers.
Hells
I will immediately deselect them. So
Yes,
that I
no
don't
doubt.
ever have to go out there and have 500 ping, but
So that we never have to suffer what they've had to suffer for 3
exactly,
years.
exactly. I'm not into
Right.
that.
Online. Weapons.
Nobody wants
online.
that. Nobody wants
All
that.
systems nominal.
However, good for you guys, so you don't have to just run LRM bows constantly anymore.
Yeah, you can run
Alright.
real builds now.
I'm going to ruin everything in this battle mech.
So, in case, people didn't notice, the Arctic Cheetah and the Shadow Cat came out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed because, everybody's clearly living under a rock.
In one, yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't check the what's the light and medium queues been like the last couple days? Pretty bad.
Target acquired.
It hasn't been so bad. Like
Not as bad as the heavy
past
queue when the
few
Evan Jag
days.
first came out.
Yeah, but
Quite a few event center.
Cheetah when the Shadowcat first came out, it was pretty bad, but it's since died down.
I have had more than a few drops. It's like we have one assault and one heavy.
Bravo.
Mediums and lights.
He is in a stock direwolf.
Airstrike.
He is in a,
And he's facing the wrong way.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Oh, this is bad for you, friend. You hit a light swarm, buddy.
Target destroyed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Over to our
No
right.
target acquired.
Another one.
Say, I
Oh,
feel
Get him.
like an
another
asshole.
direwolf.
Oh, it's not.
He's running. He's running.
It's not a standard build. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, he's running. He's about to die too.
He's like, fuck my
Target
life right now.
destroyed. New target acquired.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I took a lot of leg damage from that. Speaking of, public service announcement, they are rolling back the changes to collision that they put in last patch.
Which
I-
changes for those? Because you mentioned that earlier, and I honestly had no idea.
What do you
you're
mean?
talking
Yeah,
about.
they, I don't know the details, but they did in
New
fact
target
change the
acquired.
collision mesh. Didn't you hear the new like clanging noise when you run into shit?
Yeah.
They
Sure.
changed the hitbox stuff for collisions.
New target
Which
acquired.
apparently made it very, very easy to stack mechs on top of one another,
Siege
and
tower.
also greatly increased the amount of damage mechs'
Heat
legs
level
were taking
critical.
from like
Glancing
running
hits.
into shit. Like my legs are orange already, and I'm at like 96% on this mech, and I have only been damaged in the legs,
Heat
and
level
I haven't even
critical.
been shot by enemy mechs yet. So
New target
yeah, they're
acquired.
taking those out for now. Oh, a Mad Doge.
You mad, Doge?
Nope, but he's about to be.
Heyo.
New target
Come on, buddy.
acquired.
Come on, buddy.
Who we on?
I'm
India.
killing India.
I'm trying to finish off Golf Atlas.
Target
Golf.
destroyed.
He's dead.
Down.
New target acquired.
Got Echo
Target
pushing back.
destroyed.
Echo is dead. Echo pushed himself.
Got 4
too
left.
far. He overheated. All right.
Well,
Kappa?
somebody at Kappa, yeah.
I'm gonna go grab Sigma.
Who is getting reported?
Target
For what?
acquired.
I think it was one of the asshats in a whale that started bitching. He was like,
I mean-
"Oh, thanks for the match." I don't know, and
New
then the
target
NKVA
acquired.
guys are being.
Oh yeah, we got NKVA
Yeah.
guys. Then
Yeah.
never mind. That's all
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
to know.
acquired.
Yeah, they started then talking.
I'm
Then-
stuck on him.
The more you know. Do, do, do.
Because information is ammunition.
Target destroyed.
Where's the last one?
He wasn't on Kappa.
DC.
I just killed
You
an
boogied
Arctic
out.
cheetah.
It's a DC.
Yeah, so this is my first time in this particular variant. I'm running 4 medium pulses. It is hot as tits. Now, that being said, it is a war map, and I have no skills on it yet. But, I mean, definitely put out some damage. We'll see what the end of the round is, but...
And if you like tits, it's a good thing.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Especially hot tits, you know.
Who doesn't love hot
Hot tits, get your hot tits here.
You know, because in addition to your peanuts and popcorn at the ballpark, you need the hot tits, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
at the movie, the Pixar movie.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Sponsored by Pixar and Hot Tits.
Adult supervision required.
So is that the name of the brand, or is that just like a product name? Hot
Where's
Tits.
this guy?
Maybe it's both.
He's got to be back over by Kappa.
Maybe we could have like specific, you know.
I think we should vote that the name of the next hero mech.
Hot
Tits.
Tits. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
We need to wait until the Mauler comes out, and then we can name that
Right.
hero mech Hot Tits.
There
so
you
it's
go.
like got all of the ballistics.
Because
in
the Mauler will be well endowed, yeah.
I don't know. What about the Archer? That's a possibility now. Do you guys see the action that's
it?
been happening?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
You guys think Catalyst are crazy, or what do you think's going on?
Well, I honestly. So okay, I guess we have to preface. So, for those of you who don't know, Catalyst recently put out, what is it, a new TRO, Darren? I don't remember what the...
It's a book. I don't. It's not
It's
a
a
box
book?
set. It's a book.
So, put out a new book with all of the old unseens on the cover. So it's got a Marauder on there. It's got I was gonna say Battlemaster. It's not a Battlemaster. Warhammer. And then I forget what were the other two, Darren?
I don't know. The Marauder and the Warhammer were the only Harmony Gold.
Isn't
mix,
there-
so-
Oh yeah. And they had a Shadow Hawk,
Yeah.
and I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was another like Crusher Joe. mech.
Yeah, it was. But so they released that because I guess they're just flipping the bird to Harmony Gold. So I guess if Catalyst is willing to go that far, we'll see if Harmony Gold decides to start.
Well, I think it's definitely a canary in the mine. You know, like I mean, whatever happens with them, kind of paves the way, or completely destroys the way for PGI.
Okay, well, can I bring up what you were telling me the other day, Darren, about the shirt fiasco?
Well, I'll just say real quick, summarize it a bit. We had some issues with Harmony Gold, and we have no sort of funding or anything to even bother. So we immediately had to stop what we were doing.
And that's the thing for me, where if they're still being that active about
A teeny tiny little
Right.
fan community.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I honestly don't put any unless Catalyst is going to lawyer up and be like, fuck you. Yeah.
I can only imagine though that they're going into this knowing that there's
Yeah.
no way they're hoping to get away with it.
I think the barrier to this is that Harmony Gold has been a big enough studio that the threat of lawsuit is enough. I don't think that if it actually goes to court and they're actually able to slug it out in the legal system, I don't think Harmony Gold will win. I don't actually think they have a very good legal leg to stand on.
Yeah, they've won before. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? Like, there's already precedent there that the MW, well, not the MWO, but the MechWarrior universe. This is back under FASA a long time ago. For those of you, again,
There's
this
two.
is,
Yeah, MacWarrior 5.
right?
There's two problems. One is our legal system, like it or not, is very much geared towards the person that has the more money, has a better chance at least. And then the second thing is it's kind of a subjective call too. It's up to the judge or whoever's making the ruling, because
Right.
the whole issue is the designs have to be a certain percentage enough different from the original, and that is somewhat subjective. So I am 1,000,000% rooting for Catalyst, obviously.
Oh, by far.
Oh, it opens all sorts of doors for us.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go
yes.
ahead and toss it. And by the way,
Oh,
hello.
look at
Welcome, Phil, aka Sean Lang.
Hey, Phil, what's
Also,
going on?
Phil, are you getting on real quick before you start talking?
No.
Okay.
I just want to chime in. So, obviously, with Catalyst doing this, let's be realistic. They're not idiots. First off, they probably were in talks with Topps about this. They obviously sat down with lawyers. They didn't just do this willy-nilly. I think at the end of the day, I know I have people for the past few days asking about, oh, is MWO going to do it? And here's the thing. You have a few different outcomes here. Harmony Gold, we haven't seen anything since, now at least publicly, of any lawsuit or anything. I don't know how that works as far as the announcement, but at the end of the day, Harmony Gold either does something or they don't. If they do, they obviously know they're going to be going to court, and they're going to try to catch it up in court costs, and that's one of the things. How they've got away, I guess, with it to an extent. Also, they're redesigned. Now, you heard Russ on the town hall say, even if MWO did completely new designs and just put the name on it, Harmony Gold would do something. So that just sort of shows you the character of Harmony Gold. And I think the thing with it is they know they're going to have to go to court, and if they do something, I don't think that's I don't think that's like duh, obviously. But I'm not a lawyer. Darren's not a lawyer. Me and him have talked about this a lot. But the gist of it is you do have artists that make a living, like Shimmering Sword, like Flying Debris, Alex, who got hired by PGI to do it. But you do have artists that create content for an IP. Now, how far different? I mean, you guys can look at the original Robotech, the Macross version, and look at the new version, and they're not even, I mean, you can start from the toes. Now, that's what they would have to defend or go over in the court of law. I mean, and that's even if it even goes that far. Harmony Gold just may be like, well, it has a likeness. Okay. But I don't know. And so that's really, I guess, the precedent. If it goes through with Catalyst and they keep moving forward and nothing happens, then they're basically, I think, conceding, and hopefully this will get us past. Now, don't forget, this isn't just the Marauder and Warhammer. This is the Rifleman. This is the Crusader, the Stinger, the Wasp. I mean, this opens the door, or at least for MWO, if it was to go through, like, what, 10 plus mech chassis, if not more. So I think it's a pretty big deal, and it was pretty out of nowhere, and then, you've also got the announcement of the new novels and stuff like that. But I just think, for me, I'm excited. I hope, and I'm rooting for Harmony Gold either just not to do anything, and if they do something, I hope they just get their teeth knocked in, because unfortunately the fan base has been the victims here. Not the companies making millions of dollars. It's been the fan base. Now,
Sensors
I could
online.
sit here and point fingers and be like, well, FASA and all of you guys from the beginning, you should have never borrowed artwork in the first place.
Right.
They should have never even started that, even if it was legally and all that fine back then. You opened a can of worms, and obviously throughout the years, the MechWarrior Battletech
come back to
PS,
bite us in the ass. Yeah,
has suffered enough. And I get the designs look cool and stuff like that, but guess what? To me, the original designs, let's move on and create new ones that look better and are more functional anyways. And okay.
I think that MechWarrior kind of, the art style got better when they found their own stride anyway. Like, the first wave Intersphere mechs are basically like giant dudes in armor. That's what they look like. But the clan mechs, most of the clan mechs look pretty amazing, with a handful of exceptions.
Yeah, there's some pretty ugly ones.
Well, it's just the line art. I mean, they were paying these guys nothing, pretty much at the time. It had to do with also the time the line artists, they didn't really care. I mean, there was, and that's where I've always sort of been very critical of the artwork in any Battletech MechWarrior, was the fact of, I still don't think we've seen of what a battle mech truly looks like, as far as the descriptions it's given in the novels, and you have designs that are just like, a lot of the designs in MWO that are iconic were created with no functionality and/or engineered background or any. They were just designed aesthetically, and that was it. Now that works for some point, but that does bring some design issues when that's ported into a 3D environment, right? So,
for example, the Nova.
Who's behind me?
I was trying to get past you with the new collision made, so I couldn't move past you.
Airstrike online.
Darren's dead. No.
No, Darren.
Acquired.
Never happens.
Really?
Here's hoping that our team's doing better elsewhere.
No,
on
our
the
team's not
battlefield.
doing anything. Their entire team is here.
And I overheated because I'm a noob and didn't. I hit the override button soon enough. So, Phil, you being the technical expert, let me go further.
Whoa.
when did I get that title? I mean,
Well,
You just earned it, man.
compared to the rest of us in here, yeah, by far more so.
What he's saying is that he knows when he has me on, he can't ask the technical questions.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
We're glad you're here, Phil, because
Because this Darren guy.
God,
So here's a question that I've never really gotten a solid answer on. Like, how could a brand new mech be created? I.e., you know, like how MechTech was putting out new designs, and if so, what is there a process for doing that and getting it? Is like
Getting it
does
canonized?
Microsoft, yeah, does Microsoft have to be involved with that because they're licensing the you know?
no. So I mean, the technical license is you have the electronic, which is PC and any online game, is through Microsoft, and right now PGI, you know, bought a license to be able to create a title off that. Then Catalyst Games owns the tabletop rights and you know, stuff like that. So there's distinct difference as far as canon. I don't think it's really a problem. I mean, we've had we've had mechs and Mech 4 that became sort of canon and stuff. I just think, and from me personally as a fan, you know, it always gets brought up, why can't you just create your own? It's because there's so many names and nuances in BattleTech as far as mechs already. Why introduce stuff when there's already mechs that people know and like the Arctic Cheetah, in my opinion, is like amazing. It's the first time we've actually seen the Haiku, the Arctic Cheetah, in a BattleTech game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about the MechTech expansions because I didn't get to play those, but
I don't.
Calm down.
The point he's trying to make is he wants to create a mech called Hot Tits and he wants to get it in the game ASAP.
Right?
Yeah.
you
And get
already
it canonized.
you already have that. It's awesome. I mean, that's come on.
Awesome. My vote was actually for the hero mech of the Mauler when it gets released. Put a bunch of autocannons in the side
I mean,
torsos.
you gotta have them AC-20.
But you know, the interesting thing is, again, going back to the artwork, is the functionality over just some line art. You know, you mentioned the Nova and this and that, and you do run into complications and/or performance, and that's where it comes down to the artist and sort of the art direction of, you know, a game to offset and or just say, hey, we have to take liberties because this is the reality. You know, this isn't, you know, this or that. And in MWO, the only really designs that I think from a functional standpoint are scaling issues, or in the case of like the Dragon Catapult, Awesome is scaled right as far as actual like height. It's the width that is that makes
issue.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so the scale's right as far as height and, you know, all that compared to the others. But so you know, I've always said, you know, it would be interesting to sit down with a very technical artist and a concept artist who has no experience with any type of mechware BattleTech franchise and describe what a mech is, how its movement archetype is, what the kinesiology is with them, you know, with the synthetic, you know, basically bones and muscle, and you've got, and, you know, what kind of weapon systems they have, and see what that mech looks like, because I don't think it would look anything like what we've seen, because a lot of the even MWO is very Western mecha. And I'm not saying what you'd see is, but I think what you'd see is sort of this new understanding of like what Neo-Japan sort of style, what are sort of what we're seeing in today's technology concepts of, you know, weapons and future. I think you'd see sort of that come into play, and it would be completely different. So it'd be interesting, and I don't know what the community would think about it, but
well, yeah,
My bad.
I was gonna say, in which case, go play Hawken. But yeah, back to BattleTech mechs.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I didn't want to say it.
There's some animosity there. Do I sense something?
Because
Do
the
not
TV
fuck
screen.
with
don't
my
worry,
BattleTech
don't
is
worry,
what I
he'll be
want.
dead before we are, and so it, you know. Out with the old guard
then you
and-
can screw the IP. Yes.
Right.
So second match in the Arctic Cheetah. Now that went poorly, but the first match went well.
You know what
so-
happened there? You guys were so far ahead of me. I was just charging forward, and then all of a sudden I realized you guys are behind me, and they're all in front of me. I don't know what
You
happened.
found a firing squad. Excellent.
Yes.
Well, I got excited because I found a grasshopper, and I was like, ooh, you want to be shot in the back repeatedly, and then their whole team turned around and was like, ooh, it's
You did the right thing and got out of there.
Yeah, which would have been fine. It would have been fine, but our team just kind of chilled there and didn't actually push in.
You can't meander.
No, it don't work. It's bad.
Sad face.
I'm gonna start blaming ping.
Right.
Every time we get on the European server.
See, man, they're even calling you out. You know, they're like, why are you on the Euro server? So let's see, what else do we have this week?
Weapons online.
I'm trying to think what else has been actually announced recently.
The Euro Challenge is still going on.
That's right, the Euro Challenge is going on.
Oh, also, for those of you out there who have yet to buy the 2C pre-orders and want the extra mech for free, do that in the next 3 days.
Yep, it's about to end. Early rewards are about to end.
Which I have to say, getting a free mech variant as rewards is kind of phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a really good reward.
That's awesome. My only problem is that I need more execution. I need the D side courses, man. I need more D.
Oh no.
Fuel at 25%.
Darren's all about giving the D.
I get it.
It's never enough D to go around. Isn't that right, Alex?
You're right, exactly.
Airstrike online.
I don't know about that. I've heard some people complain that they've gotten too much D, so it's, I'm just saying.
I hear that all the
We
time.
got 2 Fox 5.
So you Shadowcat guys, how are you enjoying the cat of Phantom?
The shadowy
Bravo,
cat.
let's kill that motherfucker.
It's not bad.
Shadowiness.
It's not bad. It definitely feels a bit underwhelming for the most part, especially at first glance. It's taking some time to
Acquired.
nail down some good loadouts. You know, but it's quick. It's great at poking if you needed to do that. Like I said, still figuring out some good loadouts for it, but a couple good ideas in the works, and I think that it'll do okay.
Here's one thing. One, it's an iconic mech. I love the Shadowcat. It's one of the mechs me and Darren used to roll around and live in
That's how
Legends.
we met.
It is. He was lost. Found him. But one of the things I've heard a lot of people, it's
New target
underwater.
acquired. Target destroyed.
Same thing with the ice bear.
Fuel
So
at 25%.
I've been talking. I did
Fuel
spring
at
last night,
0%.
really late in
Airstrike
Sunday and Saturday.
online.
And a lot of people were, I was hearing them saying, hey, we really like the Arctic Cheetah, and why did it get its quirks when the other mechs don't? It sort of went down this path of,
Target acquired.
balance, and, then it got brought up the whole rebalance that Russ and Paul have talked about. And I think one of the things
New
that
target acquired.
you have to realize with
Target
the
destroyed.
Shadowcat is it's a prime example of some of the cracks in the foundation that are showing.
25%.
Which is,
Target
right now,
acquired.
you have a Stormcrow that has 22 tons of pod space. Shadowcat has 16,
acquired.
and the Ice Ferret has 9. In the current state of the game, on Aya's side and even Clan side, because of power creep with weapon quirks and time to kill just going down so low, there's really no other role for some of these mechs to
New
perform against
target
their bigger
acquired.
brothers,
Right.
Because, and the thing with that is if you break it down, and people are like, well, what are you talking about? Well, sensor information warfare is the same from a locust to a direwolf.
Fuel
That
at
has to
25%.
change, and I do believe
New
Russ even
target
confirmed that is
acquired.
changing with the rebounds. And then on top of that,
Airstrike
mobility has
New
to
target
change,
acquired.
protection has to change, and
Objectives have to change.
well, and there's other things
Airstrike
that the mechs
activated.
and rebalance there needs to
New
be some
target
touch-ups on,
acquired.
and just versus just weapons have to be rebalanced a little bit. I think there's some weapon systems that are a little
Level
uncomfortable.
critical.
Game modes have to be adopted and changed. We also have the maps being updated. I mean, and maps play a big role. I mean, what other, like, even if you had
Fuel at
information warfare,
25%.
different sensor ranges and this and that, maps like Alpine or Tourmaline really don't help that, because you can see across the entire
New
map and see
target
anything
acquired.
anyway.
Right, and the Gauss rifle is the king of all weapons and all the
Well, and so, go to, well, how do you fix the Shadow Cat? And I think that's where. Go ahead. And I think that's where you have to look at the grand scheme of things of sort of what Russ and Paul, Russ hasn't released a whole lot of details, but what he said on the, I mean, just use your imagination. What movement attributes does a mech have? What protection attributes does a mech have? What, infotech, what he was talking about, does a mech have? And then that's how you buff and debuff mechs right there across the board. And I think, in my personal opinion, weapon quirks have, just sort of exacerbate the issue. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. But that's how you do it. You make the Shadow Cat sort of the in-between the Ice Ferret and the Stormcrow. The Stormcrow is always going to be top dog in firepower. You don't nerf it in firepower. You don't nerf the Timberwolf in firepower. You don't. You can't. You shouldn't. Because that's what makes it unique. The things that you hit it in is maneuverability, infotech, and even the option of protection. But that's also where you can buff the Shadow Cat and Ice Ferret. I mean, imagine the Ice Ferret now is like the pinnacle of information warfare. I mean, and that finally has a role if you can increase time to kill and give it that sort of field to run around and collect information. But right now it doesn't have a place.
It has no home.
Because it can't compete firepower with the Stormcrow. Just can't.
Yeah, and that comes down to objective-based gameplay, and we just don't have it.
I think it's jump jets are amazing. I have to force myself to use the mask. I feel like mask is actually pretty cool. I feel a lot of people want to just beat on it, say, why am I not going 130 kph? It's because in tabletop you didn't have torso twist angle, torso twist pitch, speed. Right. You didn't have arm movement, arm reticle movement. You didn't have DXL XL or turn speed. I mean, it has to affect it. So anyways, sure, could they do that? Yeah, but then you'd have to nerf it in, other areas. I mean,
well, the fact that it's an overall buff to all maneuverability is the reason why it's in the game. The reason why it wasn't in the game is because that much speed isn't doable. So
well,
it's either...
I don't think it's the speed factor, it's just... well, I don't know what happens. I mean, they've said sort of 170 is that sort of top end of the spectrum.
Yeah, which the Flea and other mechs could go over with mask.
I honestly really like mask. I think they could do to make the cooldown time a little bit faster. Not much, but just a tad. Other than that, I actually really enjoy how it functions.
Well,
it's great.
There's cooldown, and then there's like capacity and dissipation rate. So there's actually like a few different variables they can play with. Like, so
I wouldn't be surprised to see some fine tuning at some point, but that's I mean, it's easy to do.
Yeah, I'd like to see an improvement to dissipation rate on it. It's kind of really harsh because you don't get to run it for all that long, though the most benefit is actually short bursts, just used as acceleration.
Well, and then look at the Executioner, where you have 8 tons dedicated in jump jets.
Yeah, and another 4.
Yeah.
And mask. So in the current state of the game, now granted, in the right hands with a good team, it'll perform well, right? But is it worth 12 tons?
No.
And so, like I was saying, this sort of idea of debuffing mechs in the firepower, as far as de-emphasizing weapons and emphasizing these other attributes, and you have a mech that will perform very well, but right now, it just gets overshadowed by what? Firepower.
Direwolf.
So, exactly.
And if you want to look at it in CW terms as well, you can just add 5 tons going from Executioner to Direwolf, and you gain massive increases in damage.
Ironically, though, it's kind of CW where the Executioner actually has a role more than the Whale in, normal game.
Yeah. Just because maneuverability is more important, at least on the attack. On defense, the Direwolf is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it doesn't have to freaking go anywhere. Just finds a nice hill and just like, hey, look at all the guns I have.
How many guns did I bring? I brought all the guns.
all of the guns.
I've never brought a direwolf to CW.
Me neither.
Yeah, don't lie, we did.
Maybe once.
We did it with MS, remember? We did the 12-man, everybody brought
Oh
direwolf.
yeah, I totally
That was
remember
the
that.
best drop.
I think that was once. That was the once.
That was the one. Best drop ever. We did
still
that.
almost
We did that
won,
on
but it
stream,
didn't
didn't
matter. Yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase that to not out of choice.
we? Oh come on.
I was
that
forced
the
to
best
do it.
drop. It was best drop.
You guys were siege towering your direwolves, weren't you?
No, it was before the jump jets, I think.
No, we couldn't do it. Yeah, it didn't work.
No, but we got.
The siege whale was strong with us, though.
Oh, mighty! It was mighty indeed.
Because what's scarier than one orca? A bunch of orcas mounted on top of each other.
No, see, in CW, seeing a single direwolf is no big deal. It's like, oh, look, a direwolf, let's go kill him. But when you like crest a ridge and there's just 12 of them looking at you, it's I am dead. You don't even get a chance to like.
I was gonna say it's more like I am the.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons
Yeah.
online. All systems nominal.
Darren, I have to say, I enjoy dropping with you just to see what people say.
See
to
all the
you.
hate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill Bombadil and eat his heart. That's the first.
I mean,
Kalima.
you know,
Kalima.
They
He's gonna-
seem to think that you hold the secret to bushwhackers.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I
I mean,
want
if-
to see him just as much as anybody else.
if I knew you had the secret to bushwhackers, I would have killed you and eaten your heart a long time ago. I mean, that's just how this works.
A red Dorito! Kill the red Dorito.
Target acquired.
Nacho
Definitely
cheese
just red
must die.
Doritos.
Cool Ranch is the only flavor.
Nah, sweet chili heat, brah.
Well, we've got Cool Ranch and Sweet Chili Heat.
Excellent.
Oh, he's by himself. He's fucking dead.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's the Lance right there.
Okay. That motherfucker's dead too.
No, it's a whole Lance.
Oh, it's a Lance.
Killed them all.
Airstrike online.
It's us +2 here, so we got it. Oh,
If we're gonna do the light mech thing, I feel like we should just rush in there and mix it up with them.
Let's do it, do it.
Online.
YOLO Swaggins!
CT on Alpha.
I mean, we're definitely the Fellowship of the Bling.
He's open.
Whales
Target
attack.
destroyed.
Down.
Fuck you, buddy.
New target acquired.
Got left torso on Charlie Yeager.
Get the Yinlo Wang.
He does not deserve
Fox.
to live.
He is going to. Oh my god, they
Heat
did.
Yeah,
level
we got it.
critical.
Okay. After, like, running into an enemy mech for the 19th
Target
bajillionth time, I
acquired.
can suddenly see why they're taking the collisions out.
Yeah, getting rubber
It's,
banded backwards.
it's
too.
worse than it has ever been.
I have literally run past a mag, started to get past the second mag, and then rubber banded back in front of me.
Yeah, I
And
just
then
like,
died promptly because of it.
Destroyed.
I did like a
Left
force
arm
levitator
destroyed.
on that misery. I'm not
Heat
exactly
sink
sure what happened.
destroyed.
All I know is when I landed, I no longer had a leg or a mech.
New target acquired.
Any help over here?
Alright. We are. Ah,
Uh-oh.
shit. Lights found us.
Right leg critical damage. New target acquired. Airstrike online.
India. Get his legs.
Enter torso.
Ouch. I just died instantly. Oh well.
Heat level critical.
They got reinforcements in Gulf 5. I sure hope we're doing well cap-wise because this is going poorly. Nope, nope, nope. That's two Ultra AC-20s. I got no desire to be near that.
Something else is a PSA from Russ. Anybody who you know who used to play that stopped playing because of high ping or hit reg, get them to come back because you know server regions and hit reg fixes.
unless they stop playing because of collision and warping and rubber banding.
Yeah,
don't tell them quite
don't
yet.
tell them that. Yeah.
Just wait like another day.
Torso critical damage. Heat level
Well, that worked out
critical.
all right. They managed to leg me. They almost killed me.
Only because they managed to kill themselves multiple times.
Oh, Bobadil, they ate your heart.
Okay, so I'm noticing a trend here. This is the third match in a row that I have been legged in my Arctic Cheetah.
Yeah, I've been getting
Target
like myself quite a
acquired.
bit.
Target
Although
destroyed.
it might be skewed a little bit because of the collision problem.
Yeah.
Because I am taking lots of leg damage due to collisions.
You didn't notice a quirk, self-destructive legs. That's part of the.
That's right.
The balancing fork, yeah.
Yeah, I missed that one when I was reading through. I was
Yeah.
pretty sure I read all the quirks. Was that
Their
one a
leg-
hidden one?
Their legs are made out of like this corduroy material, and as they run, their legs rub together, then catch on fire, and then it's just hell from there. I don't know where that came from.
I mean,
See.
I like where you went with the description, though. Corduroy is not something you think of every day. Well done,
No,
sir.
right?
Well done. I mean, I was thinking that you just constantly had your mask at 75 or above, you know, but got no benefit from it. Just that your legs were always,
Yes.
like, taking damage.
The more you move, the more you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I should go back to the 2 LPL build.
Was that one like 2 LPLs and like 6 machine guns? Mech Lab Warrior Online.
That's how we roll.
I suppose I could jump in a Shadowcat for a round.
Yeah, I've been loving the crap out of the Arctic Cheetah.
Although I cannot drop without a Moocow scheme on. That just doesn't work.
Right?
It must be painted like a cow, or I cannot drop in it.
White with black spots, huh?
Yep. Dude, that's it, man. Like, I get called out on
Forever
that
cow.
all the time, yeah.
I'm
They're
cow,
like,
hear me moo.
yes, exactly. The moo is strong with this one.
You have listed the arrogant worms, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you know what I'm talking about.
Alright, good to go.
That's Boogie Oogie.
And I am a moo cat, so we're all fine here.
Careful of people sneaking up on you on night maps trying to tip you.
Oh my god, I am now going to make cow dire wolves.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the best paint scheme ever. Just heifers, just all over the
heifers.
place. I think I'm running low on any other Mech Warrior news. Do you have anything else, Darren or Phil, that you can think of?
Have you seen the new Forest Colony previews?
Yes.
I
It is
believe
the
that you...
giant nap-off trees.
Did you share those in the weekend update, good sir?
There, yeah,
Yeah.
new series of screenshots in the recent weekend update. Kind of shows more, I think, of the little trees mixed in with the big trees, you know, so there's more of a sense of scale. And it just showed some other areas of the map. The original screenshots were kind of just one of the spawn areas. This includes other areas on the map. Plus, there's been some videos posted on Instagram. Oh, that's another thing. The changes to the Mech Lab mech selection that are coming.
Mm-hmm.
That was teased on Instagram as well. So when you save a mech with a particular camo, it'll show, a thumbnail of that mech with the camo that you saved it in.
Oh, sweet.
Ah, swanky, I like it.
Not the generic one that they had before.
And
Nice.
then the mech select's getting completely revamped. It's
It's pretty cool. Got a little paper doll there, and you want to go into the details, Phil? You probably looked at it more than I did. Link it.
We haven't had access yet to it, but as soon as I do, I'll probably be making an update video about it. But it's just, the reality of it is a mech select screen currently is pretty annoying because you click mech and then you gotta go select and then you gotta sort and this and that. And a lot of people are like, this is one step forward and then one step back. This is one step forward of modules, right? And being able to see if you at least have a module, but you have to click on the mech, and again, that's still not mer. And then you have the fact of a lot of people enjoyed the old mech select screen. I am one of them. I didn't mind the wall of mechs. And especially now where they're sort of going back to that, but you'll actually be able to see the different little icons based on your camo. So
I would enjoy.
I like that.
I would think a combination of the two, like let me select through lights, mediums, heavies, assaults. But yeah, the old so like take that from the new system, but then I still think the wall of mechs. Yeah, you're right. That's
and if you'll notice in that video, if you're watching it, watch how he's scrolling, and it has this little hard point also, paper towel. It shows you where the actual hard points are. Well, so there's more info coming to the player, whereas right now you have no idea. You know, like you actually have to click on
until you click in, yeah.
Yeah. So
I honestly, and I don't know if this is just crazy off the wall thinking, but at least for clan mechs, I'd love to see like a all possible list of available hard points.
That is a shitload of information on
the
icon.
It is, but not even. Maybe it just could be after you select into the mech itself. Because instead of having to manually just go in and click, okay, well, we need, I gotta figure out, okay, well, I need to switch out to the B arm, and then the C torso, and the A head, and the Q, left leg, and blah, 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 to find everything that I want or need. Like some sort of master list of, all right, these are all available hard points that you could possibly have, go.
I see a dire well out in the open.
I think that sounds like a great, I'm reading this guy's message there. Okay, community-led project, and it needs somebody at the helm that's really passionate about seeing that come to fruition. I don't know who could do that, though.
I sense someone's about to be voluntold into a position.
Target acquired.
Sense.
Oh no! I sense it's another person in this drop right now.
Oh, that's more fun when you get voluntold to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, but see, I don't actually meet one of the requirements, which is having great passion for the topic. I think that Bombadil might have another candidate in mind.
New target.
See, I think voluntolding Sans to do it is definitely the better strategy, though.
But that's just because you're trying to avoid being voluntold yourself.
I mean, yeah, more or less. I mean, wait, no, we're definitely not talking about me in this context. No,
Definitely not.
No, it wasn't my idea what I just said.
UAV.
It's that ghost guy. Definitely that ghost
Fox!
guy.
Oh,
Definitely.
kill Fox. Get his legs!
I can probably do it, whatever it is that you need. Well, not that, but
Now I like the shadow cat and he dies.
India.
Acquired. New target acquired.
No, giant pylon of doom.
Oh, Ebon Jaguar, Kilo.
Fuel at 25%.
CT on Juliet. Direwolf, take him out. Right side's off.
New target acquired.
He's down.
Heat level critical.
Also rear CT on Delta, King Crab.
New target acquired.
Alright, I totally forgot I had mask on this thing until just now.
Heat level critical. Fuel at 0%.
Hey buddy, what's up?
New target
We
acquired.
didn't need that hunch.
Heat level critical.
He was just gonna shoot LRMs with it.
Target
It's
destroyed.
fine, man. He didn't need that.
New
Did you just
target
kill that
acquired.
hunchback I've been working on for the last 5 minutes?
Maybe.
Heat level
I hate you
critical.
so much.
No,
New target
Darren.
acquired.
Legs in the air.
Target destroyed.
And then you took the.
Does this mean I claim your soul now?
No, I didn't. I didn't shoot
Oh,
the crowd.
was that Hickey?
I was shooting
That
at
is
the Arctic
2
Cheetah.
shows in a row.
It's all part of my plan.
This week is Darren.
Well, you don't get to eat my heart. It's already gone.
I wanted that bushwhacker. Give me the bushwhacker!
Target acquired.
Maybe he's secretly developing a love of team killing, and it's just pawning it off as an act.
It's pent-up aggression.
Totally.
It's all that pent-up aggression, guys. That's all it is.
Why are you killing Alex?
Don't give him ideas. Stop that.
Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
Target destroyed.
But I'm much more fan
Aw.
bigger fan of passing the buck.
I think I did gauze one of you guys in the back earlier. At least it was a Shadow Cat. That's a pretty solid out of the box performance. That's not terrible.
It's not awful.
And I'm just running the standard build. I just switched up and got an extra gauze round in here, but gauze and 2 meads.
I'll tell you what's been interesting watching a lot of Shadowcat and Arctic Cheetah is the amount of people that do not know and or forget to counter ACM.
Right.
I've been watching it for days. How many ECM mechs out there, and they'll have like a 2-on-1, and all they got to do is hit J to counter the Arctic Cheetah, and all their friendlies would know, and they don't, and then they die, and then they're like, and I'm like, oh, J, just, oh. But I
Yes.
also wonder how many people actually don't even know
Tons, dude.
about
Like,
Tons.
disrupting counter.
I've seen a lot of Shadowcat pilots who aren't even using the ECM torso Omnipod. I've seen like several just tonight that are doing the 6 machine gun.
Yeah, I don't
setup.
understand it.
Well,
I
if
don't
you're trying
either.
to imitate the arrow, I guess, but
Yeah, like, and that's where it goes back to right now. That left torso, there is no reason not to take it on the Arctic Cheetah and or the
Shadow
Shadowcat.
Cat, yeah.
Now, someone could
Any-
argue, well, Phil, you could get 6 ballistics. Who cares? I mean, what?
You don't have enough time
what
to do
6
anything with it.
ballistics
Yeah.
are you gonna
I
do?
think that
You know.
the only battle mech that actually forces you to make a hard choice about ECM or not is the mislinks, and it's
Well, hey,
the
I have a
mislinks
crazy
kind of
idea.
sucks.
I was just gonna say, crazy idea. You can just not take the mislinks.
Hey man, I gotta bring my 2 mislinks so I can do my double executioner CW deck.
Well, like in the Miss Link's case, it's a prime example of it needs to be able to do other things than just firepower. It can never, and especially with that ECM module, it's one of those mechs that you take away the ECM, it's straight up vulnerable. Can it do more damage? Sure, but it's a Miss Links, like, so it needs to be able to do other roles, and those other roles are just collecting information, passing it on friendlies, scouting, stuff like that. But right now it just can't. So,
Reactor
you know,
online.
why literally right now there's really no
Sensors
reason to take it
online.
unless you just
Weapons
it's
online.
scaled great, I guess. You know, there's
All
that.
systems
It's, you know,
nominal.
It is the
No.
closest we'll see to an elemental
Yeah.
in this game, probably.
It does like
It flies magnificently.
it
does.
basically flies. It does not have jump jets. It has fly jets. Whatever
Yeah,
you call
it,
them.
it has mini Supermans for, you know,
Yes.
30 seconds at a time.
I need to do this. Do the mislinks and a spider, the one that you can put 12 jump jets in, and get on top of like one of the really tall buildings here, and see
jump off
if
the
you
top.
can find the roof of the map.
Probably can. You probably do it just the
Go
spider.
to the moon. To the moon. The spider jumps farther. It has 12 jump jets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You probably don't need the mislink. Like, you're thinking of standing one on top of the other, right? And then jump jetting off of them?
No, you don't need to. You do not need to. You could probably do it in either one of them.
Airstrike
I've seen people do it
online.
in a spider before.
Or see
It
if
doesn't
you can
surprise me.
actually leg damage yourself to death in one fall with a spider.
No, you can't. It's capped. I've seen, I think, was it Jason jump off of the top of Alpine Peaks with the spider and throw himself down into the lower section and still didn't break his legs. Took like 4 drops.
Where is everybody? There they are.
They're all in Fox Fox 4
Target
Golf Tour
acquired.
crossing.
All that ECM coverage. I see a straggler in the
New
back
target
though.
Yeah, let's
acquired.
go get that motherfucker.
Airstrike online.
Time for a feast.
Feast. Charlie, there he is.
Whoa,
There he
stalker
is.
with PPCs.
Oh no shit, that's a UAC Jaegermech. I don't know if we can take him.
We can
Try.
take him. We can do it. We can do it, Sans. Be brave. Be brave, never die.
I'll be brave just for you.
Damn right.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
do
Yeah,
it.
fuck you, buddy.
You're about to have another Arctic Cheetah inbound.
Let's bail.
Sweet.
Bail, let's bail, let's bail.
Running.
Okay, got 2 of them inbound.
Let's see if we can't
Target
pull them back
acquired.
towards our guys in Fox 5. See if they get greedy.
New target acquired.
Smack. That was a chest bump.
That worked out really well. We got a free kill, basically. I know we said it last time, but I actually do want to take a minute to, again, congratulate PGI on this map. It is an enormous improvement over the original variant. It really is.
You mean it's not just all circling the Citadel all the time?
Yeah.
It's not constant NASCARing? You can IndyCar now? Oh man.
That's
F1,
right.
well,
You can
It's
make
hard.
a left
Heat
turn.
level critical. Heat level critical. Heat level critical.
Ha! Now all you has is a medium laser.
all of your weapons are belong to me.
Arctic
Target
Cheetah coming in.
acquired.
Echo.
Bye-bye!
He's a leg.
Now he's dead.
New target.
Okay,
Yeah.
note to self.
Heat level critical.
Hiding in the Golf 5 area doesn't work out well. Don't ever do it. This is actually a learning experience for me. I did not know that.
Destroyed.
And now that I do, never going to
The more you
hold up
know.
there.
Because
Maybe we're just outplaying him. I don't know.
Got
What the Major always says.
King Crab on the other side of the boat.
No!
It's a crab! Oh crap, he's looking at me.
I still think the king and his subject game mode needs to totally be in.
New target.
Yes, the
acquired.
king must have subjects.
And I'm done.
Damn it, Bobadil.
Darren,
Kill scared.
did we ever tell you about the greatest game mode we ever came up with on Bear Webs?
No.
This is my idea, by the way. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
credit where credit's
it's,
due.
It is
Target
a
destroyed.
clan versus IS game. The clans get a direwolf and 11 novas. The IS gets a king crab and 11 crabs. And the game mode is king and subjects. And the goal is to kill the direwolf or the king crab before the other team does.
I gotta see this.
One day we will do so.
I think we gotta limit weapons on the crabs and the novas.
Right?
Because if the novas
They're-
just all run at the crab, like the crab's not gonna escape, and they're gonna be like, all the small lasers and do.
That's, this is pretty far down the line, but that's one of the things that I can't wait for Solaris for, is like all the specialized events and games and matches where that kind of thing would be perfect for Solaris.
And just the hilarity that would ensue would just be
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you were talking about River City, which I agree. I think it's a great map. Still needs a little, polish and tweaking or whatever here and there. But
maybe a little bit, but I think it's a huge improvement.
Yeah, I like the direction. I think it's going to be great when the cars become, when you can destroy the cars as well and the other small scenery items. But with the changes and the updates in River City that we've seen, is there anything about Forest Colony that you're excited about or concerned about? Based on the changes?
We're still going to have large sections of map that we do not use.
Well, see, that's not the thing in Forest Colony. The original Forest Colony map, the issue was size.
Yeah, this is tiny as hell.
The enemy teams could smack the shit out of each other from spawn. You did not actually have to move to shoot at each other. It was a tiny map. So I think that...
Do you see how big it's going to be?
I have not seen the actual,
It's about 3 or 4 times as big.
Yeah, it's super massive.
Yeah, I think...
It's going to be awesome, actually.
Yeah,
I'm less concerned about the unused space than I was with River City.
I mean, I don't think you can ever avoid unused space, but that being said, I think what they could do is once the initial, even River City, they could look at where the kills are happening. The kill heat map. You guys have seen this in the past where it pinpoints every single dot every single time someone dies and or gets shot or killed, blah blah blah, and they could say, okay, remember it happened in the original Forest Colony. That's why they put the ship out there. It was because it was no man's land.
Right.
You just couldn't. And so I think using data at that point. I mean, one of the things even River City, Darren, that I think is a good community suggestion is where the mountains cut off the dropship runway, the airport, that you can't maneuver. So it's not like it caters towards more unique gameplay on the right side of the map. It's that bridge and upper city and where the dropship was. If they open that entire back way up, you could actually have complete right flanks or whatever, whatever side you're on. But as far as Forest Colony, my biggest thing, I know people have been complaining about the tree size. I don't care about the tree size. What I care about is pathing. If I'm not getting hooked up on little shit, that's important to me. And trees are gigantic, and if you don't think they are, I think you've been at your computer for a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's one thing that I always thought weird about that complaint is, one, giant trees are fucking cool. So
they're giant.
There's that. And two, those aren't even out of the ordinary. There are in fact trees that are that large.
I mean, because who doesn't want to fight in redwoods or on Endor?
Yep, I live right next to Endor where they shot that. And there are trees easily that big, and it doesn't matter, it's space. But the point is, I do care. But I mean, I agree with Phil 100%. Pathing is way more important. I don't want to get hung up on things like the swamp and so forth. However,
the bog is terrible.
Yeah. So we don't want to see that happen again. But I also do care about aesthetics, and I do care about immersion. And I feel like they're doing a good job. I mean, there's the big, huge, giant redwoods, and there's the other smaller trees that are the size of or smaller than your mech. So I think as long as they continue with improvements like was reflected in River City with Forest Colony, I'm pretty excited about the release of the map. As far as how it plays out and unused space, first of all, I think PGI is much more open these days to input from the community and making changes based on that. So even with River City, that area that Phil was just talking about, maybe we'll see that change. But same thing with Forest Colony. If it's not perfect when it comes out, I think it's going to be way better, and then maybe we can see change after that.
Yeah, I think almost literally anything would be better at this point. The current Forest Colony is not terribly fun to play on.
I enjoy it. But see, I enjoy I'm completely different. I actually enjoy the current map. I would actually have been okay if they would have been we're gonna make it a little bit bigger, but then what we're gonna do is we're gonna solve some of the sightline issues. Because to me, Forest Colony is one of those where the pathing is great. The only place, in my opinion, or in my experience, that you get hooked up on is the shipping containers, which is dumb. It's one of those where I'd be either make them destructible, or
which could happen now,
so they don't have pathing, because it's that little tiny shipping container stopping. And so that, to me, the rest of the map is great, has great pathing. Now it does have some flaws, but and that's my main concern is Viridian Bog. I like the idea of Viridian Bog, I do not like all of the little hidden
There's
snags
too
because
much to get stuck on.
yeah, and it's like, you know, it looks realistic, sure, I guess, but you know, when you get there's so much going on with the combat, and mechs are you know, these big giant things. It's like, don't introduce a log where in reality my mech's leg would break through that log and I wouldn't have to worry about it, but because of collisions it stops me in my tracks. So it's one of those, like, pathing to me is the biggest thing, and obviously aesthetics are cool too, and we're seeing that. What do you guys think of the night and day with River City?
I love it.
I actually, of all of the new things for River City, I didn't really notice it that much.
New target
That was
acquired.
I mean, I kind of zoned out for
I
time
love
of
it.
day.
I want to see more dynamic everything. I want to see dynamic night and day. I want to see dynamic weather. You know, I like
Dynamic.
Agreed.
Again,
Agreed.
it's
New
immersion.
target acquired.
So let me ask this while we have everybody in this room here. Do you guys feel with the expansion of
New
these
target
maps and
acquired.
whatnot
Warning,
that
incoming missile.
time to combat from the beginning of the game till you actually see the enemy team is going to become an issue? And my main thought process is Steam release around the corner. You know,
New target
if the idea
acquired.
is to keep expanding these maps to be, you know, 3 or 4 times the original size, if it's the original, you know, couple
New
really
target
small maps,
acquired.
is there a worry that they become more Alpine Peakish, where sometimes you don't find the enemy team for 5 minutes?
We definitely need assistance on this left side if you guys are up there on top.
That's not really us.
I don't think it'll be a problem. Even on
New
the new
target
River City,
acquired.
all you gotta do is spawn, move up about 200 meters,
target
and then you
acquired.
can usually see where the enemy is, or at least movement to be able to respawn. And I mean, in Alpine, I've never gone on Alpine and gone, where are they? Usually it's pretty obvious because I can just get up on a high point and look, oh, okay,
New
yeah,
target
I can see the
acquired.
entire, you know, map. So
Center
I
torso
don't think
critical
that'll be an issue.
damage. New target acquired.
If anything,
Left
it just sort of
torso,
provides
critical
an opportunity for flanking, whereas some of these maps, it just doesn't really happen. But that goes back to game modes, and map
New
design has to
target
cater towards
acquired.
that. So
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Now, they has PGI stated how they want the new assault
Warning.
game mode to, or what maps they're specifically thinking about putting that on, or is it supposed to be on all available maps?
New target
I would assume it'd
acquired.
be all, because it would just be. I think they were saying they're replacing assault when it's basically what, attack
New
defense sort of, or
target
something
acquired.
like that.
Yeah, with the
Heat
drop
level
out
critical.
mechanic and whatnot.
Yeah,
Left
I don't
arm
know.
Critical damage.
Because I think there's definitely some maps that would cater more towards at the moment, at least.
I think game modes have a very large impact on, you know, obviously how mechs are used and how the
Left
game
leg
is
critical
played, and
damage.
you can almost imagine with this rebalance they're talking about, if it does what, you know,
New target acquired.
Is intended.
is intended, or at least
arm
if it does
destroyed.
what, you know, a good
Small
foundation,
pulse
and then on
laser
top of that we
destroyed.
get game modes that sort of play around the strengths and weaknesses of mechs. I mean, you could have something
Target
pretty
destroyed.
unique.
Left torso.
But
Great team, Mr. Boot there.
getting into fight, I think some of the maps that I feel right now are currently some of the more troublesome are ones like Terra Therma, because the spawn points are so
Right.
short. Terra Therma, Tourmaline, especially if your assault's like way off in those left or right spawns.
Yeah, takes forever to get in the fight. yeah.
Exactly. But also you could say it is also to the teammate just to move up together, and that's an advantage of having assaults. I think drop zones need to be fixed as far as, especially solo or even group. It needs to place assaults or lights at different points, and that is, I think, one of the problems that you're seeing in gameplays where a match will start and the assaults are left in the background, and you know, your
Whatever
firepower and
team's
armor.
assaults catch up
We haven't
first,
seen
yeah.
that happen tonight, have we, guys? We haven't taken advantage of it and completely
No,
torn them
not
apart.
at all. There wasn't like that
The dire
wolf
wolves.
that just happened right in that last match. In fact, no, that definitely
Or
didn't
Caustic
happen.
Valley, yes.
But the question is, even with that sort of hindrance, I know dropping in that it's just as much my responsibility to make sure the salts get covered. So, and I think that's what it comes down to, is people like to be like, oh, well, they just need to move the spawns. Or you could have just went and helped. And but one of the problems, though, is positioning sometimes. So I will concede that, is sometimes positioning is everything. And when, you know, you're at a place, terra therma is a prime example. If you don't take the center, you may potentially be losing the fight. Yeah, so I'm excited for a redo of that map in Alpine, and yeah.
Now, I guess the only other thought that I had is the dedication to going back and redoing these older maps versus now that they have basically every sort of tile set they want. Would it be better to kind of do a 50-50 where instead of just devoting this time to doing old maps, that they would also be putting out some new ones?
I think they're going to probably go in phases, and the reason why is you're going to get more new content, even if it's a redone old map, more often than dividing the work base. Basically, there's not enough people in the map department to where if you split them between two, it's going to be just like a long gap between any more, you know, any new content. So I think they're going to redo a certain amount of maps, just like for a while they were. Their mission was, we're going to get a certain amount of community warfare maps in, and that was what they focused on. Now they're going to go back and redo some of the maps that really have great ideas and look, you know, at least really good, and make them better and make them, you know, bring them up to the style of the more current maps that were designed. And then I think they'll probably switch to, you know, doing new maps again.
I think it goes even further than that. Is not even, it's setting the bar for what and how you want the maps to play, and then the aesthetics and sort of the quality level of the maps. And until all the maps are at that quality level, I think it's sort of a case of, because I've heard this many times where like, oh, why even redo these old ones when you can just make a new one? At the end of the day,
they're essentially broken maps.
It's the exact same process. I mean, they could take literally, to me, like a new River City, that's pretty much a new map. Like, it's the exact same thing technically. It's just they're taking the idea and Foundation 1, at least they have a base, you know, height map and buildings and structure and stuff to build off of. But
I think what it is kind of setting the bar, raising the standard, and saying, yeah, we could make new maps and leave these basically not as well designed maps, maybe not as well whatever, and put new ones in. But I think they want to raise the standard and make all their maps meet a certain criteria and then move forward.
Oh no, I completely agree with that. I always just kind of assumed what they would go back and do, because those first 5 to maybe 7 maps were all designed for 8v8 play, not 12v12. I always figured they would kind of go back, and especially for like people doing their cadet bonuses or like their first 50 or 100 games even, make it an 8v8 environment again. Use the old map, the old scaling, have less shit going on, have less craziness and time to kill that's insane right now in the 12v12 environment. And
I think that would work in solo, but it's not going to work in group, because then you're creating another 3-4 buckets,
right?
So I think that would potentially work in solo, but
but people with their cadet bonus, I mean, unless they specifically got on because of a friend or something, but somebody that just downloaded and installed the game, especially i.e. Steam, right? Like
they
they're
should
like
be 4-on-4s or even less.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And I think even Russ said that on that town, one of the town, and that's what they were looking at possibly doing. Not to mention tutorial and all that. Is should a new player be coming in here and being dropped in 12v12? Now, time to kill in general needs to be improved. I mean, it's ridiculously low, and the rebalance is gonna, like I said, is gonna be changing a lot of that. But it doesn't change the fact of there's so many nuances that a new player may not understand, and we take it for granted. Oh yeah, we do. Like, it is crazy watching someone who hasn't really had any experience with MWO come in, and something we're like, oh, come on, man, like, that's totally simple. But then if you think about it, no, it's really not. Like situational awareness. Oh man, it's so easy. not if you've never played a game that has separate legs and torso actions, and you know, this mech has upper arm actuators, the other one doesn't, and this one has built-in Pharaoh, but why doesn't it have Indo, and these other, like...
And some weapon systems you mount take away your lower arm actuators, so,
yeah, like,
you know...
What is this range? Like, oh, so what's the difference between this and, you know, this autocannon and that, and, you know, it just... Oh, PPCs knock out ECM for a few seconds? Like, I didn't know that. You know, like, those are the type of things... And then mastering that, it's very difficult. This game has a very high skill ceiling level, and a lot of people, I think, just sort of write that off. They don't, you know, it's a tough game. And not to mention, you can lose a match in the mech lab.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Source of much frustration.
We even commented earlier about seeing the whale that was a stock whale, and you immediately know that guy doesn't know. Like, either A, he's running the trial, or B, he just bought it and doesn't know what he's doing with it. And then we all jump on him and murder him with a light pack, and then he's like, well, fuck this. Why did I bother dropping this thing?
So is our installment of Alex and Phil talk while everyone else listens over?
You know, you can jump in at any point if you have an opinion.
No. I feel like I would be committing a trespass. It would not be right.
I mean, when Phil's around, I mean, you got to pick the brains of the people that come on. I have to deal with you people every week. I mean, I don't, you know.
Phil, don't ever get drunk with this guy in real life, man.
All right.
He will take advantage of you.
When he says, I'm going to buy you a drink, like, no, I'm good, thanks, I'll buy my own.
Airstrike online.
I don't need to be Cosby.
Target acquired.
Is it too soon? No?
No.
No?
Haven't heard that term.
New target acquired.
Arcsite nerfed the Alpha Strike exploring. I don't think that's
they're
quite
all
it.
in Fox 4. They didn't leave the opening area at all.
Online. Airstrike activated. New target acquired.
On for legs on Charlie.
Trying to catch up to you guys up front.
Apparently, you're not talking back to me and my thoughts. Big wrong.
Sorry, yeah.
Apparently, you know, because Arc doesn't agree or something. No, you know, time to kill is solved by multiple layers. The first mistake I see a lot of people doing is they state one thing, like, oh, this one thing will change the game. No, it won't. It's multiple layers. Increasing time to kill is affecting how mechs perform, their roles, distinguishing, you know, or differentiating between some mechs are really good at mobility, some are good at protection, some are good at combinations of that. The problem right now is you have, with the current quirk system, you've artificially buffed mechs, and it drowns out other mechs. So firepower just in their hard points are what makes, you know, mechs and their firepower unique. But as soon as you artificially buff that, i.e., look at the Hunchback 4G compared to the Shadowhawk 2D. Because we've artificially buffed the Hunchback 4G to a level, even though it's really cool and I love my Hunchback 4G, don't get me wrong, it negates any possibility for the 2D to, as far as an AC-20 or anything like that.
Nobody's dying.
Seriously, this is getting crazy.
You just had to.
I'm about to too, man.
Watching good.
Small pulse laser destroyed.
Oh shit.
But it's multiple
New target
layers.
acquired.
You're not ever going to get rid of alpha strikes, the ability to pull the trigger on all of your weapons. Like, that's not going away. And yeah,
New target
it's not
acquired.
happening. But you can affect being outflanked. You can affect that particular mech's turn speed or this and that. There's multiple ways to attack.
Target
Just
destroyed.
alpha strikes in general aren't going away. I mean, you should be able to pull all the triggers on all your weapons. It's just when a Timberwolf can outmaneuver and outflank almost every single IS mech, under it, and then also it can also do infotech as good as any other mechs. Therein lies the problems. So it's a multiple layer.
Acquired.
Yeah, I'm actually of the opinion
1 kilo.
time to kill for one-on-one combat is really not bad. I think it's in a good spot. The issue is that it's very easy to step out in front of an enemy team, and if you do, you're just dead. Like, you're dead. One-on-one mech fight, I think time to kill is right where it should be. You get punished for doing stupid shit and rewarded for doing smart stuff. But it does feel a little bit too much like you can walk out into the gun line and just cease to be.
New target acquired.
All right.
Nice.
Well, what I'm talking about is, when you look at a Timberwolf, not debuffing it in firepower, that's what makes it unique.
Right.
But what you do is and obviously clan mechs are a little bit different because you have to look at omnipods, and it has to be hit in mobility in certain attributes. Maybe this particular left torso omnipod gives it an acceleration debuff, but this set of legs or pairs, whatever, does this and that, or the infotech. You take that left torso of the Hellbringer Prime. It has ECM and 3 hard points. It's a really good. Maybe that particular one is automatically assigned really, like debuffs on infotech across the board. Maybe decreased,
Data
target
design.
decay, yeah, stuff like that. And what you do is you say, okay, yeah, that omnipod is really advantageous, but when you do that, you're going to be gaining the firepower, but you're you're debuffing your mech in other areas. IS is a little bit different, but that's what you have to do. Look at the fire starters. We know that there's really weapon quirks just cause power creep and time to kill issues, and to make them different, and it hasn't made them feel any different. And that's the thing, is one mech may be really good at excel, de-excel, or turn speed. Turn speed is really nice when you're brawling, because you can outturn your enemies and get around them and stuff like that. Those are the little nuances that you have to distinguish between the two, or infotech. Infotech has to play a part, and until all those go in, and again going back to Arc, and it's not just one thing. It's more, and it's entire mech. You can't just introduce this like 4 mechs at a time. Nope. So.
ArcSight has also brought up a lot of good points. I mean, I realize some of it's been rehashed multiple times within our conversations, but he's definitely been pointing out a lot of different things that we've not only echoed in tonight, but just trying to give some additional points of views, which we appreciate that very much. Thanks for staying engaged in the conversation.
Like, I'm totally agreeing with them, but I'm just saying that, like, one thing doesn't fix everything. It's multiple layers, and it's a big thing. Like, a lot of people don't realize that, like, however, I don't know the total amount of mechs and variants. I mean, it's 200 something. But when you have 200 plus mechs, different sizes, weights, technology, hardpoint locations, and based off that, they're capable of different this or that. You can't, at the end of the day, firepower, you can't tell what the player is going to necessarily do with that. So should that be a factor in it? The factor with firepower is that what is it possibly capable of? And then look at the arrow. Having 6 ballistics, is it realistic to think that's going to have 6 AC2s? No. Is it realistic to have 6 machine guns? Sure, but is that the same thing as having 2 heavy, AC2s or AC5s? No. So you have to know the nuances of the mechs and what's realistic and stuff like that as well. But there's so much, and it's so broad and so, high, low, medium, hard points as well. That's something that we also have to factor in.
Things off in the distant future or not so distant future that could be changing also, just like you were just saying with the 6 machine guns versus 2 AC2s, AC5s or whatever, but when AI is brought into matches, then maybe machine guns, flamers, and other weapons that
have a purpose again.
Yeah, which creates maybe a different type of role warfare that wasn't really, involved before or whatever. But anyway, I think in all of this, what Phil is talking about as well, kind of sets the table for role warfare, I want to see it brought into the game on a more substantial level. I know some people say it doesn't exist, and in a lot of ways that's true, if not all the way. But I want to see more role warfare. You know, other games we've been playing recently, like Armored Warfare or whatever, there's other things than being the main battle tank and just how many guns you bring to the table. There's got to be other ways to approach the game and make it fulfilling for people that like to do varied things. And I want to, and basically this is completely setting that up. And then it's on to game design and map strategy and whatever to make that all play out.
Yeah, I think I've been playing World of Warships recently, and that's an excellent kind of role warfare where your destroyers play differently than your cruisers, which play differently than their battleships,
and carriers,
and carriers
everything
are RTS gameplay. You know, like that. It's just all kinds of different.
And I love that kind of thing in a game because there's, like, for example, Armored Warfare, I have a buddy that loves doing the scout role. He doesn't care if he doesn't take a shot at a single tank the entire match, as long as he's lighting people up, and he gets rewarded for it. Every time somebody, shoots the tank that he's got lit up or whatever, he's getting points just like they are. And so, and he loves that, and he loves the little zippy things and stuff, but that's, and tons of people love the big main battle tanks with the biggest guns. I want to blow shit up, and that's fine too. I like that. I like appealing to a bigger audience and different styles of gameplay.
And obviously we don't have disappearing mechs, and I would quit the day that happens. But one of the things you do have is you have light mechs that are outshine in the infotech from the Timberwolf or Direwolf. They have the exact same stats. So, you heard Russ in the town hall say that's changing, and that has to happen. And the difference being is we don't have invisible mechs. So when those light mechs do get exposed a little bit, they should be able to take a few hits, and be able to get away. But they need to be able to lock on and pass info, and it's not equal. The light mechs shouldn't all be equal. And light mechs against other weight classes shouldn't be equal. They need to be able to do stuff. And even there's edge cases out there. Ice Ferret's one of those, Shadowcat's one of those, Cicada is one of those, where some of the variants will never be able to compete in firepower, and nor should they. That is the problem right now with the current quirk system, where they're artificially buffing things, and it creates just power creep everywhere in time to kill. And that's what I'm saying, is that the de-emphasis on firepower and weapon quirks, and an emphasis on all the others, but infotech and information warfare and all that has to be expanded on, and has to be a thing, to where it's not just all stick.
Well, and there's some mechs that basically they're just credit for even coming out with right now, because they wouldn't do anything else until that time. Like the Cyclops is a perfect example. The Cyclops is supposed to be the center of your line of directing traffic, and like, all right, we have contacts over here, we have contacts over there, we need you to go over this way. But right now, if it came out, it'd do worse than the Highlander, because it just wouldn't do firepower anything better than anything in that category, and even worse than quite a few other things in the assault category. But if there was some role warfare, bonuses to it, and it's able to, lead a 12-man CW and have a very specific role of, okay, I'm going to be the guy that directs, whatever's going on, because I have by far the best sensor suite and, the best target info gathering possible, then, it just opens up more options and gives us more toys to play with, frankly.
Destroyed.
What am I stuck on? Okay, good.
Heat level.
Oh, Arctic Cheetah. This Arctic Cheetah and I are gonna be friends.
Target acquired. New target.
He has
acquired.
2 LRM-5s and a large pulse laser.
I don't want to be up here anymore. That's going to be bad.
Oh, he has a friend.
Airstrike online.
Oh, he's got more than one friend. I am leaving. This is bad.
All the friends?
He's got, that's 3 light mechs, not 1. I cannot handle that shit.
New target acquired.
Oh no, I ran out of jump jet fuel. Executioner, why do you do this to me?
Target
Why you
destroyed.
do this?
New target
I'm with you,
acquired.
Sans.
Heat level critical.
Kill Hotel. Kilo.
Heat level critical. Warning, incoming missile.
Man, streak boats have to be having the time of their lives right now.
Oh yeah.
Arm destroyed. Heat level critical. Left leg critical damage. Airstrike online. Warning incoming missile. Left leg destroyed. Left torso critical damage. Fuel at 0%. Left torso destroyed. Small pulse laser destroyed. Heatsink destroyed. Heat level critical. Right arm critical
Why you
damage.
run from us, enemy team?
No.
Critical damage. Right arm destroyed.
344-689-20. Well done, sir.
Right?
Well done. Best name of the evening. I can't even repeat that. That's how good it is.
What I want to run into is the guy who calls himself Ukek.
I mean, you know, maybe I'll just rechange my name. Like, I'll be like, hey, hey, PGI, I need to be called no longer Alexander Wolf. I need to be Ukek. Or maybe like a tag, like instead of MS, they can put Ukek next to my name. That would be magical. They gave Darren and Phil an NGNG tag. I mean, come on, I need Ukek. It's happening.
All you got to do is ask. We didn't think they were gonna say yes.
It still won't help you navigate to our YouTube because it's not the entire URL, but you know. Well, gentlemen, it's 11:06. Should we play one more, or do we want to call it all?
I say one more.
well,
Oh,
I have
one
to
more
call
for the
it.
road.
Unfortunately, I have to take off for work.
Alright. See you later, Hikage.
Yeah.
See you,
Have a
Hikage.
nice day.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Yeah, I've got time for one more.
Yes, you do.
All right, gents. Appreciate the invite. I gotta get going now.
No problem.
All right,
Later,
Phil.
guys.
Alright.
Thanks for
Good
hanging
seeing
out.
Later, Phil.
See ya.
So, Darren, we are at the end of July. We're about to hit August.
Yes,
we are
indeed.
going into Q3 here. Why is it Q3 or Q? It's always Q3, right? Because then Q4 is the December
That would be the
through like
final.
February.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes,
So we're going into Q3.
indeed.
Is there any further updates on a more nailed down Steam time for RWO, or is it kind of just when it's done, it's done?
I think it's in a when it's done state with the idea of it being in, I think he's saying fall, which is obviously left to interpretation or
Right.
a range of dates. But I like it being that way because I want to get the things that we need to get done in the time that we have to do it. Yeah. There's a lot of people scrambling to make sure it's, as ship tight as possible. I mean, it's obviously not going to be perfect, but and I also am not privy to the reasons why that's the time frame, the window of opportunity or whatever, there's a lot of times there's a lot of things going on in the background, like this is a better release date than this because whatever other releases are coming out, or
Right,
or
Yeah.
they can get the press, or
Exactly. Well, because I'm sure that's part of it too. Because I mean, going into Q3, that's when all the major, fall game releases start
Yep.
coming out, all your AAA
Sensors
titles. So
online.
yeah.
you definitely don't want to be overshadowed by anything else if you're, if it's the first time you're on a big public forum like Steam.
Well, I jumped in a stalker, and look what spawn point we got.
Fuel at
Hey,
45%.
you're a dev now, Bombadil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it means killing me, that yes, they'll call me a dev.
Ah, amazing.
Darren, I'm gonna hang out with you.
Well, yeah, we need to drop with you more often. This is entertaining. We can use you as bait. Like, get in a fast mech and like wiggle out in front of them, and then they'll chase you, and then you can pull them back to our firing line.
I've got to
And then
say,
they'll die.
your gold camo scheme does kind of draw attention to yourself, sir.
Well, it's PGI colors, and so it's meant to draw. It draws fire from everybody else, man.
At that point, you should just brought your gold Timberwolf, because I mean, nobody likes to kill
I do
things
not
more than
own
gold.
a single gold mech.
Well, I feel like you just have to request getting one, sir. I mean, that's
No.
you gotta.
It's just an email away, good sir.
I've got platinum, so-
Oh yeah, no, you gotta go platinum.
Yeah. So the gold mechs can stay with the people that bought them. They deserve it. I want a platinum.
The special platinum.
Maybe
variant.
diamond crusted. I don't know. You know.
I'm thinking they're holed up in that Fox 7 cubbyhole.
Maybe they could have like a diamond crusting right around your cockpit, so you'd be like, "Hey, everybody,
Dude,
shoot right
and
here,
yes,
just
and if
right
they do
here."
shoot, it reflects it out and damages the enemy.
Got a few in Echo 7. It's 2 lights.
My ping is bad.
New target acquired.
Left leg on Bravo.
I love you, Euro guys, but I gotta tell you, I'm getting real close to disabling the server.
Airstrike activated. Heat level
What?
critical.
Oh, his side torsos are
Oh
open.
no! Oh no!
Heat level critical. Left flag critical down.
No!
Echo. Oh, he's all
Target
vulnerable
acquired.
and poorly built.
I just threw an arty down in there. Might be
Right
pretty good hits.
torso critical damage.
Ooh,
Heat sink
components.
destroyed.
And my left leg is now 1 shot.
New target acquired.
Oh, I think my teammates are gonna run over my legs.
Yeah, I'm fucking got body blocked by an adder. Almost
New target
got me
acquired.
killed. Ooh, Kilo.
Well, I took his one arm.
New target acquired.
Nice.
Jeez, he was ripping me apart behind me.
Let's see if I can
Oh.
find old
We
noob.
must protect the golden diamond encrusted
New
mech,
target acquired.
platinum plated.
I wish.
Target
Why is he firing
acquired.
AC-20s from that distance?
Congrats.
Because he wants to feel like he's participating, I guess.
Right?
Juliet?
Center torso critical damage.
No.
Yeah.
Man, I was out of that fight early.
Torso
Protector.
critical
Come here,
damage.
buddy. Oh no, he's gonna die. God damn it.
Target
Commodale's got
acquired.
this.
Target destroyed.
Thanks for the protection.
Hey man, I heard I get a C-bill bonus if I keep the platinum mech alive.
Yeah, it checks in the mail.
Yeah,
Right on.
saw that
Good
one.
job, guys.
You know, is there a new
job,
way
me
to
dying.
say that? Because people don't even use checks anymore. Like, is there
Oh,
I still
PayPal
use them.
payments on the way? Yeah, I don't know.
well, I mean, they were doing that thing not too long ago with the PayPal on the phone. Like you can just
Ooh,
like
yes.
swipe your phone over it. Like it's like that Visa. You know how you got those little
Mhm.
Visa cards and you can just swipe those over the thing. Apparently, you can like bump phones now and like PayPal to each other. I guess, or something.
Sweet.
All right.
That's all I got.
Yep,
That's
it's
all I
been
got.
fun.
I'm glad that everyone could watch me get absolutely mutilated tonight. But
Yep.
still had fun. I like the new mechs. I think they're entertaining.
The Arctic Cheetah totally has my seal of approval. It's badass.
Yeah, I think it does too. I just I'm gonna need some time to actually get used to it. But still love the Shadow Cat though. It's nice, man.
Cool. Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you
Thanks a lot for
Thanks for
coming on, Dan.
Pleasure as always.
Definitely appreciate also Phil for plugging in with us as well, and for the good conversation that we had with the multiple people that got involved over Twitch. And
Yeah,
it's good
so
fun.
you on Twitch, if you're not already following, you should follow these guys.
We're somewhat amusing sometimes. We try to be, you know.
Oh, we're not done.
Also, I linked our wonderful YouTube channel if you like to hear us be amusing some other times also, which is like you get X5OP.
Boom.
FUU, I don't know. We're at 100 subscribers now. I only need 400 more of you. 400 more, and we can be youtube.com/, you know, sweaty tits or whatever we're gonna do. Definitely not the BearNet. I'm not gonna let Ghost name it the BearNet. Now we're gonna be something
It's
else.
got to be hot tits, man.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
There we go.
God. The new hair mech. Oh, cat's out of the bag. Sorry, but
That would be the best, man.
It would be the best too if Catalyst was like, you know, came through with it, and it got to be the
Canada-
Marauder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Marauder.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, man.
tell
Go
me
big-
that's not going
go
to be.
big or go home.
Dude, tell me that's not going to be a high selling pack. What would they call it? The unseen pack? The reseen
the
pack?
unseen.
The
The fuck
shut up
you,
and give
Harmony
us your
Gold
money.
pack?
Yeah. It's just an image of Fry, you know, with,
Yeah.
with handing the cash, and that would just be all they need to do.
Shut up and take my money.
Right.
Take my money.
All right.
Yep. All right. Thanks again, Darren. And everyone else, thanks for tuning in to us tonight. Definitely appreciate the support. Hit that follow button if you guys can, and then also hit us up on YouTube. And yeah, this has been the BearNet. If you guys enjoyed it, tune in again next Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Also, we've got Nox and Snook every Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So that's what we got for you. Thanks again, and have a good night.
See y'all later.
Have a great week, Mech Warriors.
Good night.